My name is Bruno Sade from brunosade.com. I frequently noticed in online forums where people talk about EFT, such as Reddit, that many people often struggle with identifying the elusive core issue or root cause behind their issues. I remember trying to do that in the past, spending lots of time trying to find the core issue or root cause behind my issues, and usually without much success or progress at all. Nowadays, I advocate for a more measured approach. In my early days, when I was diving into as many EFT books and videos as I could find, before I was able to take formal training and certification, I was somewhat obsessed with uncovering the root cause behind my challenges. I believed that once this cause was identified and addressed, it would be akin to achieving a breakthrough, or the way that I saw it, hitting a home run. So I would spend many of my sessions tapping on different memories, like maybe this thing that happened to me when I was a baby that my mom told me about, or this thing that happened to me when I was 3 years old that I kind of remember or someone told me about. But often I notice very little progress in my actual issues. Yet the allure of possibly having a transformative breakthrough session where the root cause would reveal itself kept me going with this approach. And it is true that perhaps for certain issues, such as those chronic physical symptoms that maybe have an emotional component to them or some sort of emotional root cause, perhaps in that case, it is indeed essential to find the origin or the root cause. But when it comes to psychological issues, such as certain thoughts, triggers, behaviors, emotions that we wish we didn't have as much, I have found that it's often more effective to work with recent or anticipated future events. In other words, how the issue is showing up in your life nowadays. So, for example, if I'm working on fear of public speaking or on the belief that there is something wrong with me, chances are I'm going to make more progress by focusing on recent or future events where this might show up, rather than tapping on random early memories that might or might not be the root cause of the issue, like something that happened to me as a baby or in a past life or something like that. And let me share with you several of the reasons why I think this approach can be more effective sometimes. First is ease of access. Recent or future anticipated events are easier to find. As long as these recent experiences or future anticipations bring up an unpleasant emotional charge when you think about them now, in the present moment, they can be great targets for your tapping. The second reason is incremental progress. Even without addressing the root, assuming there is only one indeed, you can still significantly reduce the emotional intensity of these recent or future events. So as they become less emotionally charged, their hold on you lessens, leading to an improved quality of life. Therefore, you're going to be less reactive, and there's going to be a decline in the frequency, intensity, and duration of your negative emotional reactions and triggers. The third reason is safety. This method reduces the risk of unintentionally re-traumatizing oneself, especially when attempting to tap on an early traumatic childhood memory by oneself without the help of an experienced practitioner. The fourth reason is that the next layers of the onion show up in a more organic way. When you tap on recent or future events, what tends to happen is that other earlier memories connected to the issue that you're working on and therefore relevant tend to show up organically during or after the rounds of tapping that you're doing. These tend to be like the next layers of the onion, and you can decide to address them right then and there or save them for a future session as you see fit. And then the fifth reason is reduced pressure, because the focus isn't on hitting a home run. Instead, think of it like gradually advancing in a game and gaining ground. Therefore, you are making slow but steady and noticeable progress. And lastly, as I usually mention, if you want to address or work on events or issues that might be too complex or traumatic, emotionally intense, I recommend that you don't do that alone, but instead you do it with the help of a certified practitioner, perhaps with a mental health background. So that's it for today. I hope this was useful, and I look forward to seeing you again in one of my next videos.